The conflict between Thailand and Cambodia has spread along their disputed border, even as both sides say they are open to ceasefire talks. Donald Trump says he's called the leaders of both nations and that they have agreed to quickly meet to arrange a ceasefire. So far, more than 30 people have been killed and around 160,000 have been forced to flee their homes.
Rocket launchers roll through the streets of this small Cambodian border town as the conflict with neighbouring Thailand enters its third day. Both blame each other for this latest outbreak in violence in the decades-long-old border dispute between the two countries.
The Ministry of Defence denies the fake claims by the Thai side that the Cambodian army started the attack. In contrast, Cambodia is the victim of the invasion by Thailand.
In summary, Thailand stressed our position that Cambodia initiated the attacks and continuously attacked non-military targets, resulting in a large number of Thai fatalities and injuries.
On Saturday, fighting spread from the area to the north of Cambodia to provinces on the shared coastal border, a location popular with tourists. Thailand says almost 140,000 people have so far been evacuated from towns close to the border. Many of them in makeshift camps like this one, where around 500 people have taken refuge.
We might not have enough food at this distribution centre to care for all these people. 12,000 boxes per day is what we need, at minimum.
Those who serve in the military fear the dangers of the conflict.
I'm quite concerned about my friends who are on the front lines, whether they will come back in one piece. In the worst case scenario, they might be dead.
The United States has called for an immediate end to hostilities, and neighbouring Malaysia has offered to help negotiate. For now, Thailand has rejected any external mediation and says the conflict needs to be resolved by Bangkok and Phnom Penh.
Let's cross over to Andreyka Natalegawa, Associate Fellow, Southeast Asia Program with the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, in Washington. Hello, Andreyka. Welcome to the program. So, U.S. President Donald Trump says he is seeking a ceasefire between Thailand and Cambodia. What do you make of that?
Right. So this is the latest development out of Washington. President Trump posted on his social media accounts announcing that he had made phone calls to the Prime Minister of Cambodia and the acting Prime Minister of Thailand, trying to push the two sides toward dialogue in pursuit of a ceasefire. President Trump fashions himself sort of as, or views himself as something of a deal maker. And so this latest development very much is in line with how I think the president has approached foreign policy crises thus far during his second term, including, there are parallels to conflicts that we've seen between India and Pakistan earlier this year. What's interesting to note here, I think, in particular, is the threat that President Trump sort of made reference to, given the current ongoing trade negotiations that are happening between Cambodia and the United States and Thailand and the United States in light of the tariffs that the Trump administration announced. I believe both Cambodia and Thailand are set to be hit with tariffs of about 32%.
Right.
So there's a significant threat here and really pushed the two countries to talk.
Right. We'll have to wait and see if Trump is indeed the solution, because these border tensions have been simmering for years, right? What exactly is behind the dispute?
That's right. These are long-standing disputes between Cambodia and Thailand as it relates to their border. And this dates back to some of the maps that were drawn during the colonial period, I believe around 1907, that left the exact demarcation of territories vague. So we've seen periodic tensions between the two countries pop up over time in the 1960s, for example, more recently in 2008 and 2011. But this most recent spate of violence and tensions started earlier in May, around May 28th, following a border skirmish that left one Cambodian soldier dead. In that period since then, there's been some political intrigue between the two sides that eventually resulted in the suspension of the Thai prime minister. There have been landmine incidents, including one last Wednesday, and then the outbreak of violence Thursday.
Right. I mean, for now, it's between these two countries, Thailand and Cambodia. But the more it goes on, what impact could this have on the entire region?
Well, we would view this, I view this current sort of conflict as a litmus test for the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, or ASEAN, the regional organization that both Cambodia and Thailand are a part of in Southeast Asia. ASEAN as an institution, one of the areas in which it has been most successful has been in the area of confidence building and of building relationships between Southeast Asian countries. Because if you look at the region before the founding of ASEAN, conflict was rife. And if you look at the history of ASEAN, no two ASEAN member states have gone to war with each other since becoming member of ASEAN. And so as an organization that is the core sort of foundation is that peace building between ASEAN member states, this current crisis really is a challenge to the centrality, to the relevance of the organization in regional affairs. And so this is why we've seen some of the developments out of Malaysia, which is currently the ASEAN chair for the year. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has called on both of his colleagues in Cambodia and Thailand to try to push the two sides to dialogue.
Right. We'll see how things pan out. Andreyka Natalegawa from the Center for Strategic and International Studies in Washington, D.C. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Georg Matthes joins me now from a refugee camp near Ubon Ratchathani on the Thai side of the border. Georg, what are the conditions like at the camp?
The camp I'm visiting here just outside of Udon Ratchathani is not one of the biggest ones. It just has about 1,000 people here. But what is crucial here is that the food here is being provided to a lot of other camps in the surrounding province. And what was interesting today is I talked to the person in charge of that food allocation, is that this person, she said she's very concerned that the food will be enough for these people. They didn't really plan, they don't have enough stocks, and they didn't plan for a long time. And what people are being told now is that they will have to stay in these shelters for probably another 5 days. And the concern is that that may be even longer. There have been reports that the Cambodian side has now brought bigger weapons into place, into positions, so that even the shelters may have to move. And that is a big concern for the people sitting there and waiting to get back home.
Aside from this dispute with Cambodia, Thailand is in the throes of a serious political crisis. What role does that crisis play in this conflict?
Absolutely. I mean, the political dimension in all of this is big. Some even say it fuels the conflict. You have to understand that a phone conversation that was leaked by the father of the Cambodian leader led to a political crisis and the suspension of the Thai, back then the Thai Prime Minister Paetongtarn Shinawatra. Her father visited today the very shelter I was at and said this personal row with the Hun Sen family on the other side in Cambodia has no impact on the political crisis, on the military conflict. In fact, he was quite positive and said it will end soon, he told me. And then here is what else he had to say.
We try to do our best, and we hope to go to peace as soon as possible. But
what needs to happen? What needs to happen?
Well, at the end of the day, we have to agree on the principle how to live it together in peaceful way.
The former Thai Prime Minister calling for peace there, but how real are concerns this could in fact turn into a full-scale war?
There are, of course, concerns, and those concerns were publicly shared by the current caretaker Thai Prime Minister. However, I don't really see this as a realistic scenario. What I do see, however, or what I don't see, is a real incentive for both sides to seriously sit down on the table of negotiations. The political dimensions are such that on both sides, leaders want to show strength. They want to show their national audience at home that they won't give in to the other side. And that is something that could prolong this conflict, unless, of course, and here comes the regional dimension into this, some bombs have already reached Laos, which is quite a concern for that small neighboring nation, but also the other Southeast Asian nations. It's a big question, how much pressure can they create for those two essential partners in the organization of ASEAN to really sit down together and work out a solution for in the interest not just of the people who had to leave their homes, but in the interest of the entire region.
And what are we hearing out of Cambodia?
Very little information coming out of Cambodia. For instance, if you look at the numbers of Cambodian soldiers that have died, they're much lower than what the Thai side suggests. The Thai side has said is over 100 people have died. I have made some phone calls to people I know in Cambodia, and the concern there is really that they feel the Thai side is the militarily stronger side, and so they really hope that they will give some way in this conflict. Many people there feel they're the smaller force in this military conflict. That they feel their voice isn't heard as much as the Thai side, where a lot of international organizations are placed. So that is a big concern on the Cambodian side.
Okay, that's Georg Matthes reporting for us near Ubon Ratchathani, Thailand. Many thanks, Georg.